Oh,
Are you guys gonna get married? Or why are you living together without marriage?
We're speaking from experience here. I'll just be real. That's some of the way we fight.
I don't wanna be a wife to you.
Guess what, girls? What? Chris is coming. He's supposed to come tomorrow, but he's been driving crazy all day, and he just told me that he's gonna be here in 30 minutes. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Clean! 빨리 좀 써야 돼. 큰일 났다.
Whoa! We did it! Clean. 어디 이거 버려. Clean. Yay! 짜잔! Clean now.
바지 갈아입어야 돼. 빨리 올라가자.
Ooh, finally back home. Oh, nice Christmas lights. See how everybody's doing. They're all across the country. Finally made it. Honey, I'm home. Woo. Hey, baby. Come here. Whoa. Oh my God. These girls are heavier. Oh my God. They're doing so much. I haven't been gone that long. Oh my God. Wow. I like the decorations. Y'all decorated the tree? Wow. I like the Christmas decorations here too, babe.
Thank you.
This is cute. We gotta put something up there, and this is nice.
Yeah, Angel. Well, we can't really put it up there. It's too high.
Oh my gosh, the house is so clean.
Oh well.
Nice. It's clean like this every day?
Oh yeah, of course. Every day, right, girls? Yeah, every day. Yeah.
We wake up every morning, we see a reflection through the table, and it's really clean.
All three of y'all look kind of sus. I don't know. That was the sussiest answer I've ever heard in my life. But look, we got the stockings here. The Somi. We got to fill the stockings. Look. Yuri, Lily, and Chris. Oh, you're waiting for your Santa Claus? Oh, that's sweet. Ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha, ha. Santa Chris.
Hey, everyone. So that little skit you just watched was our playful attempt to reenact the day Chris finally returned from Atlanta to Utah after being away for about 2 months, longer than we initially anticipated. Now that he's back, we just had to celebrate our reunion. We recently started a wine delivery subscription, and today we received some new and interesting wines. So we thought, why not pop open a bottle, have a sip, and have a nice chat? It feels so good to be together again after a while of not being able to see each other. We're going to talk about dating tips for a successful relationship, why we live together without marriage, how my mom reacts to my boyfriend, and many more. So stay tuned. And don't miss our crazy drunk moments at the end of the video. Sit down, drink or eat with us, and enjoy the conversation.
First, let's try the Cella Rosa. Cella Rosa, babe. Here, why don't you read what's on there while I pour you some drink.
The first one is Cella Rosa.
Smell that, babe. Smell it.
Alright. Oh, nice. I like it.
Nice smell, right?
Like silky and sweet tart with notes of melon, peach, mango, and dried herbs. Nice.
Poured you too much. Cheers.
Cheers to
Us.
Yeah, us. Our future and
just life. Yeah.
Something that I like, right?
I mean, is it something you like?
Yeah, I like this kind of,
It's very punchy, right?
I like this kind of wine.
Where'd you put the card?
Fruity.
Ooh, very fruity.
It's been a while since I drank wine.
Yeah, it's from Columbia Valley, Washington. Yeah, mango, peach, melon. Okay, cool. Let's try the, which one do you want to try next? Pinot Grillo?
Sprig and Rose.
Sprig and Rose.
What is Sprig?
I don't know. Don't know.
We should talk about something and not, rather than just like just
Sure.
drinking.
Sure.
Yeah.
I always get this way toward the end of the year. I start reflecting on like just the year and how everything went and can we do better going into next year, 2024. How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like we accomplished a lot
Oh yeah.
this year, individually, as a couple, right? And
Yeah.
as a whole unit, as a family, we became more strong. Now we're with the girls 24/7, right? Now we spend more time together.
Which is great, by the way. I feel this has been an amazing year. It's not just, I'm not just fine. I'm great. It's been a fantastic year. I like the way you put it. We both grew individually and as a unit, as a family, as a couple, relationships. There's a bunch of relationships going on in this house. There's a relationship between you and the girls, between me and the girls, between us, between individual, you know, everything. So it's been a lot of fun dynamics. Yeah, I just feel really good. And my kids too. Like my kids back at home, they are doing great. Like we've been building and just like, it's been great. Great year. It feels good to wrap it up on a good note. You know, there's been drama and stuff happening, but honestly, most of the days, like, we've been really, really good. So it helps offset a lot of the craziness, but we have to go through it, right? That's part of it, of where we are right now. But it's been really, really fun every other day, you know? But
the other day I was telling you how we started off like me in a good space, you know, financially, like, you know, I'm better place and you're in a better place in your life. We didn't really have any time that we struggle. We're not like other couple, like, you know, who go like
started
you know,
from the
like,
bottom, now we're here, kind of thing.
Like, oh, we've been through it, you know, like we're there, like when we're like the lowest and stuff. And I was telling you like, hey, like we never really had that, you know. And then I thought about it. I was like, actually we had, you know, our lowest moments.
Yeah, we've had low points. It's like any relationship. It's all relative, right? You know, we got it out the mud, as we say. You know, we just succeeded, and we succeed fast. So we work together. We work together. Let's get to that.
Okay, let's see.
Wow, that's smooth.
I like it.
I think I like that better than the other one.
This is very unique, kinda.
It started off tasting kind of plain, and then the aftertaste was like amazing, right? Yeah, 11.8% alcohol. This one was 12.6%. Oh my God. Lily's really gonna start talking in a minute. You're gonna be talking, girl. Stay tuned. Just keep listening.
I keep laughing. That's what I do usually.
And then you say your random like crazy comments.
Oh God.
That's what we're here for. You finish your whole thing before me. That girl's drinking.
You give me a little bit. I still have some.
Oh, you have some. Oh, that goes down smooth. That's nice. I actually like that a lot. It feels refreshing because it has like the lemon, kind of fresh lemon taste to it. I really do like it. It's from California. Paso Robles. Nice. So what else?
I drank it all.
Did you have any resolutions? Actually, let's pick out the next drink first and we'll talk. How about that azul? Oh, you pick.
Yeah, let's do that. Azul.
Azul usually means blue in most languages.
Oh, really?
Like Portuguese and Spanish.
From Chile.
Don't you read? Ooh.
Cherry plum.
Ooh. Nice. It's pretty. Calls wine pretty, right? It's pretty. So what do you want to taste it real quick?
Yeah. Smells good, actually.
It does smell good. Yeah. Toast?
Like it.
Yeah. Wow, I love Cabs, man. This is good. This is something I would definitely eat at dinner, like with a steak. Like I would definitely drink this, for sure.
Yeah, I like it actually.
For sure.
Well, usually I'm not really big fan of red wine because it's dry, right? But this is not dry.
No, it's not dry. It's pretty wet. Where is it? Medium bodied and dry with notes of cherry, plum, nutmeg. It's the cherries and plums that make it more juicy for you.
I don't know. Maybe now I'm like used to.
I've been giving you like red wine all the time.
Yeah. So maybe I'm okay
This
with
is
dry.
this is actually really. This is one of the best red wines I've ever tasted. I'm not even gonna lie. This is really good.
I like
Azuli.
this wet taste.
Yeah.
It's still.
It is good. It's the plums and the cherries. Slow your roll, girl. Slow your roll, girl. Yeah, but it's this year there's a lot that happened. I mean, like just living together, right? We lived together for over a year now. How do you feel about that?
I like it. I think I got to know you more, right? I like who you are. I felt like I just never felt so okay, you know. Like, I used to apologize a lot to you, right? Say, oh, babe, sorry, I'm doing this, and you're like, it's okay.
That's fine.
Like,
Relax.
Yeah, like
chill.
relax. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I can relax.
Right.
Living with you is just so easy.
Yeah.
Like, it's been good. Like it's been good. And whenever I
say that to my mom.
Yeah.
It's like, man, like, can I be even like this happy? Can someone can be like, you know,
Right,
this
right.
happy? It's crazy. And she's like, be humble. I'm like, seriously? Like, I've been humble my whole entire life and trying to now, like, I'm saying like, hey, I'm so happy finally.
Yeah.
And then she's like, be humble.
She hit you with the Kendrick Lamar.
Speaking of my mom, a lot of people want to know if you got my mom's permission or if you actually met my mom or if you ever talked to my
her,
mom. Yeah, he met my mom. Actually, he met my mom before
Everybody
What
knew
was
that
it?
we were
Last
dating.
year.
Before
Yeah.
everyone knew we were even dating. I met your mom, you gotta speak forcefully. You're just like, hey, met my mom. He met my mom, guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I met her. I met her in person, like face to face. My first conversation with your mom was not on the phone. It was face to face. She came over to where I was staying for a chat. And, we dressed up, nice dress, formal. I was in a suit. And I met your mom, and
that was my first time seeing me.
yeah, see me with your mom.
Yeah, I mean, no, in a suit.
Yeah, in a suit. Yeah, first time you see me in a suit, and we were just really nice. I just wanted to be respectful to your mom because I just always approach that. I respect parents. I respect my mom and my parent. I mean, my mom's been at this table. Like you respect her, I respect. So I respect your mom and everything else. I wish I could have met your dad. I think we would have got along really, really well. And I met your mom, and she's just a few times I met her. And also, she met all my kids before as well. All three of my kids she met before. She saw us in action. We actually celebrated New Year's together. New Year's 2022. Right? Yeah. We brought in the New Year's together. It was Lily's mom, guys. Like the whole family. Yuri, Somi, Lily, her mom, Aisha, Joshua, Jaden. We're all together on New Year's Day, just counting down. Okay. We were happy. It was great. And your mom was very wise. Like, she's pretty smart. She understands people's character, I think. When she didn't know really anything about me except for what you told her, she still had to see for herself. I mean, you can tell her, you're kind of biased, right? I mean, you're very biased. But for her to sit down at the table with me, ask me questions while you translated, and we just have this dialogue, she began to just pick up on all the little things and say, this fella here, there's something about him. And I don't think she really quite got it yet. But over time, since those couple of years ago, we've been growing and talking and continuing the dialogue, and I think she's wonderful. She laughs a lot just like you. You got her cheeks. She smiles, she laughs, she's happy. I mean, she's older in age and she's happy. And honestly, this is selfishly, I must say that looking at her age and how she's like beautiful and laughing and happy, I'm like, wow, that means Lily's gonna be like that too. When she's older. And I'm like, that's great. I'm ready for it, And your mom is so cheery and she's so supportive. I mean, she's true to her opinions and she sticks to her thing, but she does keep one ear open and listen still. And it may take a while to sink in, but when she's on it, she's on it. She becomes your biggest supporter. I feel like she's our biggest fan. And she really gave me a chance a long time ago. And she's very, very happy today with the chance that she gave us in our relationship. So I'm really happy with your mom. Yeah.
But she keeps saying, be humble. She always tells me like,
Changmonin.
don't show the world that how happy you are.
She just doesn't want you to ruin it. Like, she knows that you're happy, you're in a great relationship, and she feels like, how some people say, oh, all good things come to an end, that kind of thinking. I think she thinks like, all right, you're doing great, you're doing perfect. Just keep it quiet, keep it a secret, and that way you can enjoy it forever, right? If it gets out, I mean, it's kind of true, because the more it gets out, the more haters can attack you from different angles. Right now, everybody calls me, oh, yeah, he's homeless. I'm like, okay, yeah, keep thinking that. You can't attack me. If I say, oh, I got this property, they're like, oh, now we can attack him on this. It's like, you know what I mean? But sometimes you gotta like ignore that and just be happy, because I also am a firm believer of sharing, like teaching people, sharing people. People want to be inspired. We need to see heroes. We need to see power couples. We need to see people doing it. We need to see people who went through adversity and came out on top. That should be celebrated. There's a lot of things we celebrate in this culture that should not be celebrated, but some things that we should celebrate, some people keep that quiet, and I feel like they should come out and celebrate that.
I like that.
Yeah. It's the wine, man. It's the wine talking. What's next, baby?
Okay, let's go for pleasure.
Oh, timely. Pleasure. This is so funny. You're like, how many wines y'all got? Like, wow, this has cranberries in it. Oh my gosh, read that.
Cranberry, cherry, cocoa, and licorice.
14%.
Oh wow.
It's also from California. All right, cheers. Cheers to that, babe.
Okay.
Cheers to Shangmonin. Cheers. Wow. I love red wine. I love that. From beginning to end, it tastes really good. It's probably too strong for you. I know it's a bit too dry for you.
It's strong.
It's very strong. I mean, it's the highest so far, 14.7. And I poured you a lot too. I didn't do that on purpose. Hey, it says pleasure, right? Like there's a reason. This is good.
Pleasure principle.
Wow. I love that. That is so good. I think Azuli I can drink more of at a time if I just want to have like a lunch and eat. But pleasure is like dinner, like something strong. I need like a strong meal. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, it's like I feel it like everywhere.
You look like this picture. Pleasure.
Experience the joy of personalized wine delivered to your doorstep with Bright Cellars. Once you take their quick 7-question quiz, they'll match you with wines you love. It's about time to wine and dine on this holiday season. If you don't like a bottle, then Bright Cellars Concierge will replace it. Thanks Bright Cellars for giving my followers their first 6-bottle subscription box, usually $150 or more, for just $55. Click the link in the description to take the quiz and get started today.
Let's sit back down.
So, what's the secret? What's the secret
Let me see those bottles right there.
of our happy relationship?
What's the secret? Come this way, baby. Chug it up. Come this way. What's the secret of our happy relationship?
Yeah.
It's not that it's a secret. It's more like lost knowledge among people. I feel like at one point in time, people understood how to do it. But I think that over time, for whatever historical, cultural reason, we kind of lost that knowledge. Like, it's hard to date and be in a relationship these days. I feel like this generation coming up have so much to deal with. Like, all the celebrities and people they look up to all have all this dirt and like all this, like, it's so hard. And some of that has to do with the acceleration the last 30 years of technology, the ability to communicate. I mean, we went from phone landlines to like cell phones to computers and internet. Like, it's just been an explosion to social media. Like, it's so easy to tap into a lot of other human beings and connect around the world that people are like cheating on one another. People are exploring more. People have more options. I mean, simply put, women have more options now. They don't have to depend on the man. Males have more options as well. Like, I feel like every year it's harder and harder for people to figure out their own identity. So people are trying to find out who they are, while at the same time trying to find out with who to be with. And I think that like those two things intersecting is hard, because sometimes you get with a person and you're in a relationship, it doesn't work out, but you learn more in that relationship of who you are. Oh, you know what? Even though that relationship didn't work out, I learned a bit more about myself. I learned who I'm not, and I learned who I am. And then you get into like our relationship, going back to us, I feel like us being together, we learned so much about who we are, like the ability to feel and be authentic and stay who you are. Sometimes find the real us, like I talked about in the How We Met video. Like, when you get satisfied knowing who you are and comfortable knowing who you are, then you only would be with a person who accepts the real you, which I actually have the same goal. I want to find the real you and bring that out. And I love that you, that Lily, you know? That's why you feel good. That's why you feel like you're not always on your toes. You're not always like looking over your shoulder, like always worried, like nervous, like you said, like, oh, is this okay? And apologetic. And like, it's like, no, it's cool. Relax, chill, you know? Like, I like that part of you. And same with me, you know? It's like, going back to your question about what's the secret, it's really about authenticity and consistency, because when you're you, the authentic you, no one else can be you better than you. So what ends up happening is the most consistent thing you can be in your life is yourself. Even for people who fake it, they're themselves more than they fake it, right? And so when a lot of people reading the comments thought I was like faking or some playboy, what they didn't know is that I was just myself. And so like, how long can I keep this up for? Man, it's been a couple of years. Like, hey, this is me. I can do this forever because this is the natural me, you know? Yeah. And you love the natural me. You accept the natural me, the authentic me. Like, I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, I have humor, I enjoy things, you know, I have some muscle on me, whatever.
Actually,
this guy.
That's so funny. So yeah, we have to talk about this actually. By the way, Yuri started orchestra. Playing violin.
Yeah,
right?
violin. I played the violin, so I gave her my violin.
And we went to Yuri's orchestra concert.
We sat down. This guy running in front of us. He's like, oh, muscles look good.
I know. He's just like, he tapped me on the knee. He said, thank you. He's like 70 years old. He's like, thank you. And he was sitting there with like his son, and like, he was like, it's like, you got the muscles my son never had. Like, it's like, oh, chill. And then his daughter-in-law was like, oh yeah. I know. I was happy to be recording with my meta glasses, so maybe we'll show that. Anyway, it was funny. Anyway,
and he's been recording a lot.
Yeah, I've been having fun with it. There's a lot more we can say about like the secret, because I would say the biggest secret is knowing who you are. If you don't know who you are, then you're never gonna be able to be in the ideal relationship unless you happen to be extremely lucky, right? And I don't like to use that word lucky, especially for us. I feel like the universe almost bent its wheel toward us. The opportunity was there. The universe is merciless, but we happened to recognize that opportunity. We took it, and it was like everything just been going in our favor. And this was totally meant to be. I'm continuing to grow. You're growing. We're growing together. The kids are all just like freaking amazingly happy. When we're together, we're happy as heck. Seriously, you really have to know yourself. Like, that's why, like, if you're going through a bad relationship or you're going through tough times, the answer is work on yourself. Work on yourself. Because when you're confident and you know yourself and you're true to yourself, when someone comes in your life and they're not compatible with it, you will filter so quick. But when someone's compatible with it, you're like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. And in all the growth areas that you need and those little gaps, you build it together.
I like that how you said like work on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times that people want something, but then like let's say like, oh, I want this and that and that.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you're not up there, if you're not the person that person could like, you'll never be able to actually secure that relationship. If you're not, you know what I mean? Like if you're
I know what you're
not,
saying.
like I don't know how to explain.
You said if you're not in the right place yourself, then you wouldn't get that dream person that you want.
Yeah, because are you the person that your dream person would like to be with?
So are you attracting the people that you're trying to be attracted to?
Yeah.
How about, let's get this tiger going. I feel like this is a tiger conversation.
All right, so we're going to try, what is this?
Paper tiger.
Paper tiger. Lemon, nectarine, almond, and fig.
And
oh,
figs.
I like
oh.
fig.
Also California. Lodi, California.
Let's try it.
Let's toast to that. Okay. It doesn't taste the best, but it's kind of, you like white wine though.
Yeah, I like white wine.
I'm not the biggest fan of white wine, but it's like, they say you should pair this with quinoa with butternut squash or eggplant hummus. It's just not as fun to me as the other wines, to be honest with you.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's just okay. Yeah. Okay.
We'll be honest with you.
We've been on the roll. We've been on the roll so far.
So not recently, actually like 2 months ago. Was it 2 months ago? People on Instagram, they asked me, okay, so this person asked, do you have any dating advice for people who, you know, in the age that is about to get married?
Marital age.
Okay, so there are 4 advices, okay? I don't know how to say this, neglect. Like, don't neglect red flags.
Yeah, don't ignore.
Don't ignore. I just couldn't that ignore. I don't know why. Man, why?
You're just drunk. That's
why? So I'm gonna say it in Korean and then I'll. Okay. red flag을 무시하지 말라는 거예요. 내가 원하지 않는. I cannot talk.
It's the wine, baby. You can work it out. We got one more bottle. This is Vanishing Act.
and then we'll vanish.
Read that while I pour up.
내가 원하지 않는 점을 그 사람이 가지고 있다면 앞으로도 바뀔 일은 거의 없다는 거. So I'm saying people don't change easily. People hardly change. Even though I try to be someone else, I cannot be. Like,
yeah. Let me say one thing real quick. When you speak in very absolute terms, and I always have a problem with that. I'm like, well, let's go back to probabilities. But actually, people have to think and operate in this world in probabilities. Like, the advice to women is, you could be wrong, but you could be wrong about this person, but you have to kind of lean toward probabilities. And that's where we differ among people. Sometimes we take more risk. Some people are more risky than others. Some people are less risky than others. So probability is important. So what I'm saying is true. What you're saying is right. but people have to put it in probability's sake so they don't sound like they're just like super duper judgy absolute. It's not an absolute, but it is a high probability, right?
I don't get it. I don't get what you're saying.
You'll get it when you rewatch the video. My babe's like, I don't, my brain. Go to number 2 if you're still on number 1. You got 4 to go through, baby. You got 4 to go through, baby.
I saw this reel. I was like, man, I'm already angry, but I have to explain my feeling in English. I hate that. It's like I'm kind of feeling tipsy, but I have to speak English. Anyway.
I don't want to use that mental capacity there.
I know.
All right, real quick. This is the last one. Vanishing Act. Raspberry, cherry, vanilla, and cinnamon. Again from Washington. Let's take a
14.5.
Take a toast to your red flags. Red wine with the red flags. Not bad. It's very fun. Wow, you went straight guts on that.
I like it.
That's fun, right? It's fruitier. It's a fruitier red wine. I knew you like it. That raspberry definitely put that tanginess in it, didn't it?
Wow. I'll vanish with this.
I thought Vanish was gonna be dark and dry and like heavy, but actually it's pretty good for 14.5% alcohol. It's pretty good. Tastes like almost like fruit punch. I mean, not
like that. But...
It still tastes like wine. Don't get me wrong, but it's more like it's fun.
I like it.
You are drunk as a skunk. She didn't say, I like it. What I heard in my ear this close, it was like, I like it. She groaned, bro. She's like, kids upstairs like, they crazy. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, babe.
And then I said, 사랑의 언어가 잘 통하는 사람과 만나세요. 나는 스킨십으로 사랑을 표현하고 받는 사람인데 스킨십을 잘 안 하는 사람이라면 나는 계속해서 사랑이 모자르다라고 느끼고 갈구할 거란 말이죠. Meet someone who has like maybe not the same it's like some Miss I can't talk, babe.
Just read the text. Actually, you know what? Read all 4 and then go back because you're like almost gone. Go ahead, get it all out. People are wanting to know your advice. Lily's advice. Go.
세 번째는 가치관이 잘 맞는 사람과 만나세요. 이건 제가 유튜브에서도 많이 얘기했던 건데 핵심 가치가 맞는 사람과 만나야 큰 충돌이 없는 것 같아요. Core value, because we always talk about that. Be with someone who has complementary core value.
Yeah. Shout out to Brene Brown. Read the book. Dare to Lead.
And then the last one is, I said, you also need to know how you fight. Of course, you can never not fight, right?
Yeah, we fight.
Yeah, but but how do you fight? Like, do you fight well, basically?
Yeah, it's really about, the more abstract is how you communicate. Because when you're fighting, you're communicating.
True. Because sometimes, you know, some people, when they fight, some people like they kind of shut down and then they go somewhere else. Or like some people just like, we have to like
resolve it
right now. Or some people, like when they fight, like all of a sudden that person becomes a totally different person. They like curse or they like name call. You know what I mean? Some people like throw things, and you know what I mean? Like you kind of need to see how they fight, right? So I think it's important. Yeah, you need to know how.
Good advice. Good advice. What else you got? What?
How do we fight?
How do we fight? You know, I used to be the type that kind of like, you know what? Let me just like walk it off, calm down, come back, whatever. But through experience and growth, when you really care about something, I think you really want to resolve it. And for me, I think that like I'm in a relationship with you. I don't plan on ever leaving you or being anywhere else, which means that we're going to face it at some point anyway, all the time. I'd rather you not take on that pain. Like every second that the clock ticks, I feel like you're in pain and I'm in pain. And I want to minimize that as much as possible. So it's like, hey, let's work it out, talk it out. And we take breaks sometimes too, though. Like sometimes we like, I follow you, you're around the house, you're mad, you're going upstairs, I'm going upstairs, you close the door, I'm opening the door, you know, like we kind of like that, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, sometimes I kind of give you a second. I give you a second, not too long, but like, okay. And then we both had time. We're still fighting, by the way, just in our heads in those imaginary conversations. She's fighting with me in imaginary, predicting what I'm going to say. I'm fighting with her, predicting what she's going to say. And then we come back together, we're like, okay, we got our game plan together. Okay, here's how we're going to fight. And then it comes out to be nothing like we thought in our heads. And it's like, okay, here we are. And then, but we do resolve it. And I think like, within a 24-hour span, we have a result, I would say.
Yeah.
Doesn't go days or weeks. Like some people do that.
Yeah.
Those little bit of minor deposits, they deposit in the bank of resentment. I talked about that before, the bank of resentment. They deposit a dime in there, deposit a quarter, and that resentment bank adds up. We keep our resentment bank at a balance of 0, okay? Every 24 hours, you flush it out, get it all out there. It's important that you put everything out there at once, and then you start working through it. The complicated part of it, though, for us specifically, and maybe other people too, is some people are firm believers that when you're really upset and hyper upset, and you just blurt out whatever, some people take that as, oh, that's the real truth. That's the real guttural truth right there. And sometimes it can be, but sometimes it's just, you're not yourself. You just say things in that moment, but that's not the real you. Like sometimes you caught me saying things and I'm like, babe, I just, I wasn't in a good space to begin with. And I said this and I didn't really mean it. And then I like, even in the middle of an argument, like I already start saying, okay, that's not me. I'm still mad, but I'm like, okay, that's not me. I was able to even say that while I'm mad and be like, but that's not really me, right? In the midst of being mad, you were able to actually kind of be apologetic. Like that's not the real you, but sometimes you just kind of blurt things out because we have this innate thing of like thinking that we'll feel good if we can just like almost like say something that just either defends our position or that could equalize the argument, right? And it's not really who you are. And I think it's important for whoever does that to quickly, as soon as you possibly psychologically can, apologize for it. And be like, okay, that's not what I really meant. Even if you're still mad, like, work out all the other mad pieces later, but that piece, like, you make sure you apologize for that, just so she knows. We're speaking from experience here. I'm just being real. Like, that's some of the way we fight, like, how it looks. But at the end of the 24-hour period, that we're good, we're kissy, lovey-dovey. She's laying and slobbering on my shoulder at night when she sleeps, and then we're just good.
I don't.
No, only one time you did that, actually. Only one time. No, but you don't. You're a really nice sleeper, actually. You grab hold of me when you sleep, and then we just like sleep, and it's great. We're actually good waker-uppers, too. When we wake up, I'm like, I feel like I always wake up before you. Then I always catch the tail end of you waking up, and then you wake up, and you moved, and I moved, and you shift, and I shift. I'm like, oh, now we can shift. I'm like, oh, no, she's still sleeping. Oh, I guess I'm stuck in this position now. What would you like to drink? What else? You want another drink? Which one would you like to drink again? Man, they're so good. I'm gonna drink some Azuli. Okay. I really like this. What do you want? You want
Cellar Rose.
Cellar Rose? I'll pour yours first. She want to repeat the Cellar Rose. Okay, we can do that.
I forgot, like what it tasted like after drinking.
Oh, that was too much. I'm so sorry.
No, this is good.
Oh no, that's too much for you, girl. You better not drink all that. You better not drink all that.
Oh, I wanted to say this. Even when we're fighting, I still like you as a person.
I love you still when we fight. And I don't have a problem saying that even when we're fighting. It's like, hey, I love you, girl. Like, but I'm not happy.
I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm still mad at you.
I'm still mad at you. Like, God dang, girl, I love you. You know what I'm saying? But isn't that the truth? We hurt each other because we love each other so much.
I think it's very important to like the person too. Like the person that you're in love with. Yeah.
Ooh, talk about that. Ooh, yeah. That was a bar. Like, come on, talk about that. Man, I've never seen you so deep in this junk. Okay, go ahead. To that real quick. Yeah. Let me drink to that real quick. Hold on. If y'all watching, please pull out your wine. Drink with us. Go ahead. Oh, that's so good. Oh my God. We're too drunk. It's like, ooh, wow. We picked out our favorites. We're like, that Azuli is hitting, bro. Oh my God. So go ahead. I'm gonna order another one after this. Go ahead.
Like, I like you as a person. I respect you.
Yeah, tell me, baby.
I look up to you. Actually, I think you're. I love it. Like I learn a lot from you.
I appreciate that, babe. Let's toast to that. I appreciate that. I want to talk about another subject, which I think you asked me last night, is about things I don't like by living together. Because we didn't really talk about the topic of living together without being married, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I'll start off by saying, like, there's nothing I don't like in terms of living together, because there has been things throughout living together that I may not like, but if I don't like them, then we fix it together and we resolve it, and then it's no longer on that list of don't like. So I don't have anything on the list today, right now, that I don't like, because if something comes up, we resolve it and fix it. If something's on the list, it implies that there's something that is a problem that we tried to address and fix, and we couldn't fix it. So it's on the list. But we don't have anything like that. So it's not on the list, you know? So it doesn't mean that things don't come up that you may not like or address. It means that like we're able to squash those things and fairly quickly and be okay. Things I like are, I'm a family man. Like I am. I've always been a family man. Like I've come from a big family, you know, Jackson 5, 4 brothers, you know, and I understand dynamics and siblings. And like, I also like to be a teacher, and I found opportunities to teach myself, obviously, you and the girls and my kids. And I like that sort of position that I can use my experience to teach them things that I wish that someone taught me when I was in their position. And I love just being able to be a role model. Like the thing about my kids is that even though they live with their mom, them seeing me in a relationship gives them a very clear indication of how to be and how to function. So when Taisha started dating, you know, for the first time, and I pop up on the scene to interview the guy, you know, the boy, you know, and just kind of be that role model, she's taken all the observations she had with you and me, actually. Like that stuff count. Like parents got to realize like what they do, kids see, they observe, they learn. And she sees how loving I am with you, how respectful I am with you. She's going to start expecting that out of her people she's with. The biggest thing is commitment. When I show this level of commitment, they look at that like he's really committed. You know, things will work out, like there's a reason, right? But but they see your attempt, you're trying to commit and putting your all, that's what matters. What happens, happens, but when you're putting your all, that's what matters. And I think I love that opportunity to put my all. In my relationship with you, I put everything on the line. I put my money where my mouth is. I put like my heart where my mouth is. I put like my brain where my mouth is. All the resources I have it ready and available for you. And I commit to it. And the only thing I have to really safeguard against, honestly, the biggest thing is myself, right? Looking at my past, looking at my history, divorced twice, I say, what was the common thing in those two things? It was getting married super fast. First marriage, I got married in like 6 months. Like, what? Like, how do you meet somebody from 0 to 6 months and get married? You know what I'm saying? It's like, something's not quite right. I wanted us to have that barrier of time in between where we're not married. And when we do live together, and when we do, that was my choice. And we made a video about that.
I want to actually add questions. A lot of people have been asking, are you guys going to get married? Or why are you living together without marriage?
If we can be together in a relationship, knowing that like, you can just take off anytime. I can just take off anytime. There's nothing really forcing you to be right there, then that's a lot of faith and confidence and trust and risk to put yourself on. And every day we do that, it's proven that. So that one day, because we both believe in marriage, when there's marriage, we can always look back to say, we gave ourselves that time. No one can say that we didn't give ourselves that space, that time, that opportunity to really, really be together.
If you believe in marriage, then why did you decide to just live with me? At the same time, like full commitment, right? 100% commitment is marriage to me. Like when I think about it, I think marriage is basically like the highest ultimate commitment.
That's where we differ. That's where we differ.
What do you mean?
I think we differ because for me, marriage, 100% commitment is higher than marriage in a sense, to me. The reason why I say that is because the thing that brings marriage a little bit down is the legal institution. The legal institution is the thing that brings marriage a little bit down. So for me, before I'm even married, I want to be at that highest level of 100% commitment even before I ask you to marry me. So that when I marry you, I can take marriage and elevate marriage up even higher, right? And because if I'm 100% committed without anybody telling me I have to be, which is the legal institution, that is a higher representation of my commitment and the risk involved as well than even the institutional part. So I believe in marriage, so I have no problem with that institutional part. But when I do create that institutional part, I'm able to elevate marriage above the institution. That's kind of how I look at it. Where you're saying more like marriage is the 100% commitment. I'm saying I'm at 100% before I bend my knee and ask you to marry me.
Yeah, I guess. But at the same time, like you said, like it's a legal institution. But I think still the marriage, like that legality is actually...
It's a test. It's more of a test of your faith, your actual commitment.
Can we get into that? Can we get into that? We
be in that institution.
So you look at that, but I feel like you look at that institution as almost like a test to say that, like when I said earlier about put your money where your mouth is, put your heart where your mouth is, like if you can put your signature where your mouth is and sign that paper, that's proving somehow that you are committed, right? For me, my brain operates differently. Like my word is more powerful than my signature in a way. Like for me, it's like if I'm really giving 100%, which you can tell and you can feel and you can taste, then for me, that I want you to look at that and I want you to be able to touch it and taste it and know that it's true more than my signature.
I think the reason that I decided to not go into a marriage with you like right away or like decide to just live with you is like I was just going back and forth. I was like, you know, marriage is the 100%, you know what I mean, ultimate commitment. And then one day I'm like, you know what? I think this is the right thing to do. Like, I feel like I'm like choosing to be with you every day.
Yeah.
You know, but if I'm married, then I'll be like, there's no choice.
Basically,
right. Like, hey, I made a choice on the wedding day, and then I don't need to keep choosing.
Automatic. It's automatic.
It's just automatic, you know?
Right.
So I didn't really like that about marriage. So I was just going back and forth, and I'm like, some days I'm like, oh, that's the ultimate commitment, you know? Like, that's,
you were back and forth.
Yes.
I've been consistent, like, across the board. She's been back and forth, but I know your heart, though. Like, I know what it is you believe in and what you want. I mean, this is a great conversation because a lot of people think about this kind of stuff. When you look at it, we're both born into the society. We can't help but shake that thought in our feeling. That's why we believe in marriage. Like, we can't help but shake that. We just grew up in that generation, right? We're millennials. Like, of course we believe in marriage and all these other things, right? Like, and so I don't know what Gen Alpha thinks, but for us, like, we still believe in marriage wholeheartedly. We're kind of in between that traditional and modern, kind of in between.
Yeah.
Kind of that hybrid.
Because we wanted to kind of live like almost like, oh, you know, we don't believe in marriage. And, you know, I almost want to just say, hey, like, we don't believe in marriage and we're life partners, you know? And I almost kind of wanted to just live like that. But whenever I tell people, hey, he's my partner, because there's even one guy, like, try to hit on me, and then he's like, oh, so did he propose to you? Are you married? Or like something like that. And I said, no, but we're partners. We live together. And that person's like, oh, then that's nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
that's just an artifact of society. I don't blame him. I mean, that's just he just grew up in the same society we grew up in.
Yeah, true.
It's nothing surprising about that.
Yeah. If he didn't give you the ring, then no. Like,
some people like that.
Not really.
Yeah, but some guys who say this to you are wearing a wedding ring at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's all idiotic, right? This is a chaotic freaking world, man. Like, good luck to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be in it. I want to be with this one right here, and it's, you know, screw everybody else. You know, good luck to that. But, you know, again, like, going back to just, like, my view of your word, it takes a man to be very much knowing himself, like I said, to where you know exactly what it is you're meant to do and offer and do. And I'm very, very extremely confident in that. And you feel that, you taste that, you touch that, to where when I give my word and I say I'm there, and there's technicalities too. Like, even if you're not married, there's technicalities. Like, I've had you on like certain benefits, financial benefits, that if I die, like, you're kind of protected to some degree. I've had you on some life insurances. I've had you on some things. There's things you can do without the actual institutional to have security for you and the kids that I've actually done. Help refinance this home, for example, and really put my money where my mouth is and completely embedded into that debt. You know what I'm saying? Like, without the marital institution. So what I tried to do is cut away the institutional part of marriage to show you how committed I am before we elevate to marriage, and show you that, like, I'm still that same person the day before marriage that I was the day of and the day after marriage.
So for a lot of people who are debating, especially Korean audience, like, you know, how should we just kind of live together or not married? You know, I personally want to say, because in Korea, I don't think there's enough, how can I say, like, enough, like, that life partner,
examples?
You know, like,
they're around,
policy or laws.
Actual laws.
Yeah, actual laws.
Oh, okay. Like domestic partnership.
Yeah.
We have that in the U.S.
I mean, we kind of do actually. In Korea, we say, I can't remember the name. In Korea.
If it's not legal, then it's not.
No, but if you live together long enough, then people see it as, it's, even the law sees as it is a marriage.
Even the law sees it?
Yeah.
There must be a law then.
Yeah, I guess
whatever the law sees, there exists a law.
But I'm not really sure. I think you can only start getting some type of like benefits when you're breaking up.
Right, I was gonna say that's in Korea. It's when you have hardship.
Yeah.
Because they look at it like you spent this many years, and your hardship is valid. They validate their hardship. Yeah. Because you spent invested.
But when you're in that relationship, you might not be able to be protected by law. Right. 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 So
they want to protect people.
Yeah. Okay. So I think in Korea, I don't wanna tell people, oh, just 동거하세요, 그냥 결혼하지 말고. I don't want to say that. Study the law, and then I think you should be protected in a way. You don't wanna be in a relationship or live together,
have some level of protection.
You have no protection at all. That's kind of you
don't like you didn't like that at all. Like, and I took steps. I was like, babe, like we have systems in place, and I was telling you, and I did some of them, and I showed you. I was like, I did it with you. I said, look, here's this account. Here's what will happen. Yeah. Here's what and I took you to those step by step.
Because I was telling him that I don't want to be a wife to you. I don't want to act like a wife to you, but I have no benefits being security. You know what I mean?
Security,
no
really.
Security.
Mostly security.
Yeah.
Like if I die or something happened, not like if we break up and we hate each other. It's more like if I die or something happens to me, like how can she be protected? Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a wife. Basically. Yeah. So because I'm here taking care of you, but you know what I mean?
Or even I'm taking care of you. How can that benefit of me taking care of you not just get cut immediately off, right?
True. There's some law that
in Korea.
Here,
of course.
That protect domestic
it's not even law. That's like even just at the corporate level, they have things you can do. That's not even at law. That's like corporate level stuff. My job allows me to do this. I have a great job. My job allows me to do different things. Most jobs do, right? It's not even at the law. It's not even, you don't have to go, in the U.S., you don't have to go that far. Private sector.
Yeah. So that's why I think I was okay. Even like, hey, like, we don't need to marry. You know what I mean? Like,
but even living together, babe, you learn a lot about a person, right?
True.
That part too. We don't really talk about that because it's like easy, natural, and it's loving. But I don't want to gloss over that. Like, how do people do their laundry? How do people like clean themselves? How do people like live? How do people eat? How do people, everything, right? For me, I'm very easy, like you said, easy to be with. I'm a very, like, I can stay in an RV and live in an RV. I'm very minimalistic. Like, I don't need a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I really don't need a lot. I'm an optimist as well. So I'm always optimistic and future forward thinking and trying to make the best out of situations. And in stressful, hard situations, I always try to bring some kind of humor or some kind of like, okay, there's a positive side to this. We can do this and, that kind of thing. So I always try to do that. Sometimes to a fault. You know what I mean? Yeah. Close to that. We both got Stella Rosé. It's probably the best one. I guess we're both drinking it, right?
Yeah.
I think that Azuli is probably the best though for me.
Yeah. I love this.
Shout out to Bright Cellars, man. Shout out to Bright Cellars. A wonderful, deep conversation with some wine.
Yeah. Well,
empty glasses.
I'm done.
Why are you toasting? I'm going to get a little more Azuli. You want a little bit more? Oh, you good? Okay, let me give you a drop. Come on, this is a drop. So we can toast to. Let's toast to it. That's a drop. Shout out to Azuli. This is the king. I'll leave right there. King. And again, Azuli is the cherry, plum, nutmeg, and cloves.
From Chile.
From Chile. Shout out to Chile. If you're from Chile, put some comments down in the chat. You guys got
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Girl, I've never heard her speak Spanish since the day we met. This girl.
Muy bien.
You definitely don't. You about to spill it. Just toast me, girl. Toast me, girl.
Poquito.
Muy bien, poquito. Vamos a beber.
Amor.
Estamos bebiendo ese vino.
Mucho. Mucho gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Las palabras son femeninas. Muchas gracias. Okay.
Amor.
Está bien. Wow. Girl, put it down before you go crazy. Wow. She's going to be asleep in like the next 2 minutes. And I'm going to wake her up again. Sex drip. You know what sex drip look like?
Do you want to know the real secret of our relationship?
Bye. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I hung like a pig. Ooh, get it! You dance better when you're drinking wine. You dance better when you're drinking all this wine, girl. Ooh, wee.
stunt. Yeah, he was like, wait, I got it on camera.